Thanks for having me on your project site.
I appreciate you coming by.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited to have you on episode 3 of Real Steps, where you're going to give me a real estate market update while we get our steps in.
Okay, let's go.
So if you're okay with it, we're going to jump right into the questions.
Sure, sounds good.
All right. So I understand that, the cost of raw material has skyrocketed since COVID. Do you think that these numbers are going to go back to what they were pre-pandemic? And the second part of that question is, how have these increased costs of raw material affected the TI market, so the cost of construction?
So you have to understand that we're entering the busiest Vancouver market ever in construction. There's more construction happening now than ever before. And because of the huge delay that COVID had, now all these jobs are restarting, causing a huge labor shortage. This allows construction companies to be more choosy about projects, and therefore the price goes up. With that being said, there's also the material side of it. Wood prices, notoriously, everybody knows about it, have skyrocketed over the last couple of months. It's finally coming back to normal a bit as the supply chain issues are getting fixed. But there's still a lot of challenges with the supply chain that aren't fixed that are going to continue throughout 2022 and 2023. If you want my honest opinion, I think prices will go down, but not drastically. The market's going to continually get busier. There's massive construction jobs going on, like St. Paul's Hospital. There's lots of demand in the market. So I really think we're going to see a dip, but not a huge dip.
And what is that average cost for a mid-sized TI in the market these days?
So for office, you're typically looking between $125 to $175 per square foot. If you're going with some really crazy finishes, you're probably looking at upwards of $200 a square foot.
Cayley, how have lead times and supply chain issues been affecting project schedules and move-in times for clients?
So it's all over the map. I tell you, if you have a fast schedule, what's been happening is that the clients either had to make sacrifices or they've had to be really willing to have a half-finished space before, and then have the expectation of things coming significantly after they move in. For example, a lot of carpets right now are 14-week lead times. That's just not possible in the construction schedule where we only have 3.5 months to finish. So what we've been doing is either proposing substitutions, but a lot of the times it isn't the additional design intent. So really, we've seen clients go one of those two ways.
Cayley, for the last question, now that companies are finally planning for the return to the office, do you find that on projects that you are doing any pre-con with, are clients more invested in spending more money on an elevated design than they were pre-pandemic, just to kind of attract employees back to the office?
The short answer, yes. The long answer, it depends on what that client wants. So a lot of our existing clients are actually adding very enhanced AV capabilities, so people can have that flexibility of coming into the office, but still zooming home, or still zooming to their coworkers at home. So that's one area. Landlords we've been seeing really up the amenity game. They're putting in some gyms, showers, because people want to bike to work. The only reason people come to work is because if they have those same comforts at home. So we've definitely seen that on a certain level. And third, I think people really just want to up the game, right? You want to work in a place that's fun and exciting. Even if you're only coming in 2 days a week, you want a reason to come in. I think we've seen that there's no substitute for collaboration. And so, I think we've seen design reflect that new need of collaboration, which is really exciting.
Well, Cayley, thank you so much for having me here on your project site and letting me feature you on episode 3. I think you brought some great market insights to our industry today.
Thanks so much for coming by.
No problem. It's been a while since I've wore a construction vest and hard hat.
It's looking good.
Thanks. But final question is, how many steps do you think we got in today?
Well, we only walked around the floor plate twice, so I think it was probably less than 100.
Less than, okay. This was worse than last episode.
I'm
not very active.
Okay, well, I'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Bye.